So this is long overdue, but the tour is finally over and I finished my midterms. Hooray! So let's talk about my special event packages. So I initially recorded this right after I came back from New York, but and I thought I would re-record everything but with a more calmer state of mind, and I would just tell you the important parts instead of just watching me scream and cry most of the video. So I'm gonna talk about the events in order. The first was Chicago, and then New York, and then LA. So Chicago was first, and I wasn't really ready or sure what I wanted to do or say or have them sign, which I had the video, that like really random video where I posted where I was like, I need help, like what should I make them sign. So the first one I had them sign was these photo cards from the first fan kit. So that's what I got them to sign in the first one in Chicago. The most important parts was that I got really shook from Zuho's blonde hair. Like, he came walking in and it was like the most blondest thing I've ever seen, and I just like, and I got really scared. I was really nervous. I didn't really say much to them because I was scared and nervous and I didn't know what to say, and I was just like being stupid. Yeah, and like every time I would like give them the card to sign, I was like literally shaking, like legit shaking. And I remember asking Jaeyoon to shake my hand because it was really awkward because I was waiting for the person in front of me to finish. And then I don't remember much of anyone else other than I awkwardly smiled and made eye contact with Hyoung. It was like I was still waiting for the person in front of me again, and I was just like smiling at him, like really nervous, like. And then I remember Youngbin was he asked for my name and he wrote my name, and I'm just like, I cry. I don't know if you could see it, but like he wrote my name right there on the bottom. It was so cute, and I had to spell it for him. I was like, Susan, S-U-S-A-N. I like legit almost forgot how to spell my name. But yeah, and then I don't remember anyone else. I don't even remember my bias Chani. Like, I don't remember. Then we came to Rowan, and Rowan, I don't remember. Like, I was holding a book. I put the photo cards in the book so that like the signatures won't get messed up, but some of them kind of did because like it got messed up in the book. But Rowan asked me if I was reading that book, and I was like, yes I am. But I actually wasn't. I just didn't want to say anything else because it would just be easier. But before Rowan was Taeyang, and Taeyang was he was like, thank you for coming, and I was like, oh no, thank you for coming. And then it was just like, ha ha ha, smile, and then move on. And then the last one was Dawon, and Dawon, I don't know, I don't remember, but all I remember was growing some huge balls and telling him that he is like super handsome, and then he kind of like got really shy and didn't look at me and just signed it and was like, thank you, and then I left. I was sitting next to Chani, and I literally could not focus on anyone else but Chani. Like, I was just doing whatever he did. Like, he was doing a peace sign, so I did a peace sign, and then he did the heart, and I did a heart too. So I was like, I'm just gonna copy whatever he's doing. Because we couldn't like pick a pose and we weren't standing, so we had to sit, so it was just like awkward and I didn't know what to do, so I just copied him and I just kept staring at him. Yeah. All right, moving on to New York. I got them to sign this. Look at this. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful it is. I still wasn't ready. Like I knew that I really wanted them to sign this, but I got like really nervous still to talk to them, especially because I was first. I was freaking first in line. I had to go freaking first. It was nerve-wracking. I almost legit fainted. I was getting like lightheaded, mostly because the room was a lot smaller than the Chicago one, and I like got a little claustrophobic, and I almost like fainted. And then they came in and like Jaehoon was super close to me. He was like no more than like 3 feet away from me. He was just there with Insong, and I was just like, oh my gosh. It was nerve-wracking, and I didn't want to say like a lot because I was first, so like a bunch of them would be like waiting for me to like finish with that member that I'm in front of, and they would be like eavesdropping and stuff. So I was like, I don't want to say anything stupid or like whatever's, so I didn't really say much. All I remember from the New York one was that Chani said nice to meet you. I don't remember what Jaehoon or Insong even said. And then I think after Chani it was Youngbin, and I think Youngbin found out that I was Chani biased because I had a Chani button on my shirt, and then he was staring at me like when I was in front of Chani. He was staring at me and I looked over, and then I was like, oh snap, we made eye contact, and I just smiled, and I'm pretty sure he saw the button because he was legit staring at me, and I caught him, like I legit caught him staring at me, and I was like, this man knows my secret now. After Chani said nice to meet you, and I said the same thing back to him because I didn't know what else to say. I went to Youngbin, and Youngbin oh, this thing for Jaehoon asked me where should I sign, and then I was like wherever, but I said it really aggressive and quick, and I got really scared and nervous. Yeah, and then he signed right there, and then turns out everyone signed in their order, like Youngbin, Insong, Jaehoon, Daewon, Rowan, Zuo, Taehyung, Wheeyoung, Chani, which is pretty nice, makes it a little more official, I guess. But yeah, so at Youngbin freaking remembered me, and I was so shook. I don't remember the exact words, but he was like saying something like, we've seen each other before, or something like that, something along the lines of like, we've seen each other before, I've seen you before. And I was like, yeah, in Chicago. And then he was like, yeah. And then I don't remember anything else. I just remember that he remembered me. And then I'm pretty sure Wheeyoung was after Youngbin, and I don't remember Wheeyoung. Then I think it was Rowan or Daewon. Yeah, it was Daewon, and I still don't remember anything. It was Rowan's turn, and then I had my name tag, this name tag in the middle right here, and then he just ripped it off and then signed there, and I was like, oh, I like low-key didn't want anyone to sign here, but like, I mean, like, they gotta put it in order and stuff, so I guess he gotta rip it off. So he ripped it off, and then he finished signing, and then he like, I'm pretty sure they all thanked me, but he pushed it over to Taehyung, and then he was still holding my name tag, and my stupid ass was like, oh, you can keep it, just keep it. But then he knew better, and he put it on top right here while Taehyung signed his. And then it was so funny because Taehyung said hi to me, but I was still talking to Rowan. I think I was talking about the name tag when Taehyung said hi to me, and then I was still talking to Rowan, and then I like finally looked at Taehyung and was like, hi, and then blah blah blah. And it was so funny because Taeyang told me, thanks for coming to LA. And then Rowan whipped around and was like, you dumb bitch, this is New York. And then Taeyang was like, oh shit. And then I tried to save Taeyang by saying that, oh, I will be in LA. Yeah, this is gonna be a very crucial moment because in LA, your boy remembers me. Yeah, Taeyang remembered me, which you will see later when I get to LA. Okay, and then the last person was Zuho, and Zuho was quiet as usual, but he's so nice. Like, I still love him. Like, he's just quiet, and like I feel like he's only quiet to quiet people, but if you loud with him, like if you loud to him, he's gonna be loud back, like that kind of feeling. But yeah, I was really quiet and nervous, and then he wrote my name. He tried to write my name, and then I was like, oh, my heart just exploded into a million pieces. Like, bless your soul, I love you, Zuho. But yeah, and then I ran to the at some point Rowan asked me if I lived in New York, and I was like, no, I'm from California. Yeah, I think I was in front of Taeyang too when I said that. But anyways, I went to the end of the line. I ran to the end of the line. I was like, and I started like kind of like half hugging the last person in line, which I didn't know. Like, we just met like 30 minutes ago or something like that. And then Rowan asked the girl who was hugging me, because like I went so fast that like the last five members were still like waiting for the person like after me to get their signature stuff. And Rowan asked the girl who was hugging me, like, oh, is she your friend? And then like the girl was like, no. And I actually have like a recording you can semi-hear, which I'll like try to put in. Yeah, that's about it for New York. Hopefully I didn't forget anything for Chicago and New York. But oh my gosh, how could I forget this most important thing? So Dawan actually remembered me too, and I was like really shook that like Youngbin and Dawan remembered me, because I was wearing a hat, and the first time I wasn't wearing a hat, which you can see in this picture. And I was wearing a hat, and he was like, I've seen you in Chicago, right? And I was like, yeah. And I was like so low-key shook. But yeah, so Youngmin and Dawan remembered me. That was low-key really awesome. All right, let's move on to LA. So for LA, I wanted them to sign my second fan club kit box, like the outside, like this. But then I kind of noticed that they don't really like to sign like box. So if you ever bought the Mnet signed album, then you would like know, like they have sloppy signatures and stuff like that eventually. And I feel like it's very like a corporal signing where you have to sign, and so this kind of felt like that. So for LA, I chose to do the photo book inside the fan club kit. This one. This is what they saw. I prepared little notes for each of them. Let's see. Yongbin. I prepared these little notes for them, for each of them, like personal notes to them. Like, it wasn't like questions like regular fan signing. It was just like notes, like saying like, oh, you're really good at singing, you're really good at dancing, I think, blah 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 blah. And some of them didn't read it. I had them sign the dark version compared to the, if you ever seen the light version. Yeah, I chose to have them do the dark one because I liked the pictures more. The first person, I'll play the audio of my whole entire conversation after, I feel like this would kind of like give you a glimpse of it first. Like, I don't know, like it will give you context as to why there's like kind of long silences and stuff like that. But yeah, Taeyang was first. He signed it, he wrote my name, super cute. He remembered me, got me shook. He like quietly remembered me. But yeah, he freaking spread my book like real hard. Like, I was low-key sad. But this is what I wrote to him. I told him that he's very talented in everything, and that I'm waiting for his solo debut. I don't know if that was like really bad to say or something, but like, it's true. I can't wait. Like, he gonna be a big star, yo. But I don't think he read it. I'm pretty sure he just signed it and like read my name and like tried to write it. But I have a feeling he did, because there was a really long silence between us. Okay, next we have Zuho. His signature. I wrote everything in Korean just so that it would be easier for them to read like really quickly. And for Zuho, oof, I said nothing. I said nothing to him, and it was like low-key really sad. Like, I bent down and I looked him in the eyes, and all my eyes was saying, "I love you so much." And I couldn't say it out loud. But then the staff was like, "Stand up." And I was like, "Alrighty, bye." But I didn't even say bye. I didn't even say, I'm pretty sure I said hi, but like really quiet. Oh, what I wanted to add was like, Taeyang and Zuho for like the whole entire tour were like so like chummy with each other. Like Zuho was so clingy to Taeyang, and I was like, oh my gosh, shippity ship. But yeah, so what I wrote to Zuho was that, thank you for working so hard, and I'm so glad that you're okay, and that I really miss you, and always stay healthy. I love you. So after Zuho, I think it's Roan. Yeah. And then he read my note out loud, and it was so funny. But basically what I wrote was that thank you for being tall, JK. Thank you for being staying humble, or being humble. Something along the lines of that. So after Rowan finished, I think he signed it and read it or something. He fist bumped me like at some point. Like, all I remember was I was about to go in for a handshake because he moved his hand up, and I was like, oh, and then I looked down like, oh, a fist bump, okay, and then I just fist bumped him. It was so funny. But yeah, next was Daewon. And he also remembered me. He was like, I've seen you in Chicago, and this time I wasn't wearing a hat. And then I was like, yeah, and New York, which you'll hear in the video. I mean the audio. And basically what I wrote to him was that, thank you for making us happy and always working so hard. And I said, you're always perfect. Yeah. But I don't think he read it. But I feel like he did. Because his signature is like real quick, and he kind of took a long time. But I'm not too sure. And then after Daewon was Hwiyoung. This is Hwiyoung's page. He wrote my name. So cute. And he even said my name, and I was like, I think he said my name. A lot of people said my name. So basically what I wrote to him was that, you're so cool and cute. You have a very nice voice. Yeah. It was so awkward. Me and Hwiyoung have such like awkward eye contacts. Like we just stare at each other and smile, and it's just like so awkward. Who's after Huyung? Chani. Chani was after. Look at his butt heart. It's so messed up. It's so cute too. I love him. So basically what I wrote to him was that you've become really cool, and that I think you're the best dancer, and I'll always support you. I love you. And he actually read it, and I was like, I'm so soft. And then he said a bunch of things, and I said nothing back to him because I'm stupid. I'm absolutely stupid. Like, stupid. Like, stupid. Thank you. And then after Chani was Youngbin. I think that's the order, I'm pretty sure. Youngbin. He wrote my name, I didn't even see that. I just saw that, that's so cute. Oh my gosh. Oh, and then he read it and he wrote a heart on it. He wrote a heart on it. He wrote, I cried. So basically what I said, that he's a good person and a good leader. Thank you for being a good person and a good leader. Yeah, and that I really respect him and I love you. Which I was thinking back and I was like, is it weird that I told him that I respected him, and then right after I just like said I love you? Which is funny. But yeah. And then after Youngbin was Jaeyoon. Jaeyoon is a whole sweetheart. Like, if you listen to the whole thing, oh my gosh. How can a girl not melt in what? Jaeyoon is such a sweetie. And his ink got all over the place, but this is Jaeyoon's. He wrote my name. He wrote my name. There's like ink on his face because it transferred over. But he wrote my name with a big heart, and I cry. So I wrote was that his voice was sweeter than honey, and that I was waiting for more OSTs. And last but not least, it's look, he wrote thank you on here. Ah. So basically what I wrote was that thanks to you, I'm going to graduate college in June. You were my motivation, which I wrote in English. Thank you. And then at the bottom he wrote thank you in English, like with hearts, like. I cry. It was so funny. Our conversation was really awkward until he read this, and then we like finally was able to talk. It was so funny. He's so funny too. So hopefully after this, after going through this, there's context to the audio. Yeah. So here's the audio.
How are you? Yes. Just right, okay? Yes, no.
It's okay.
Thank you.
How are you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
How about today?
Good.
Color
Tired?
change.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry.
너 어디 있어? 여기 있어.
이거
입을
우리
벌리고 있어.
그거 아니야?
Tired?
Hi.
Fly.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good? Good. I'm good. 오, 이거 팬클럽 키트랑 팬클럽.
Yeah.
아, 키가 커지셔서 너무 겸손. 네. Thank you. Bye bye.
여기. 아,
Hi.
Hi. Oh, nice hair.
Thank you.
오.
예.
Oh, 포토카드.
수잔.
When?
You like it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, nice hair. 탈색. 그 염색.
와우.
Huh?
Is it awesome? Can I try this here?
Oh, thank you.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah.
Hi. I've seen in Chicago.
And New York.
New York.
Did you get to enjoy life?
Thank
What's
you.
your name?
You know what I mean? And
Hello.
hi, coming back.
Oh, thank you. Fighting. See you soon. Hi.
Hi.
So good to come back here. Daniela, my
Oh,
enjoy the show.
Thank you.
Susan.
Daniela is my lady.
Yeah.
잘하세요, 진짜.
Hello.
Hey.
Whoa.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming.
색깔.
Hi. Hello, Susan. Wow, I remember you.
Wow, yay. Thank you.
Me? Oh, wow. You.
Except Atlanta.
You know
Wow.
what I mean?
I didn't go to Atlanta though.
아, Atlanta.
Yeah, I had school.
That's okay.
N
Enough.
N O
Oh.
E
Oh, thank you,
M
Susan.
M.
I love Susan.
Yeah, I.
Thank you so much. Hey.
Oh,
Okay. Oh, okay. Hey, it's still good to see you a lot. Thanks so much.
hello, baby.
Oh, wait a
Sorry.
sec. It's okay. Did you have any? Is it lunchtime or dinner?
It was lunchtime.
Yeah.
It's going to be dinner time.
Oh, you're gonna graduate on June? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. I won. Yeah. It must be tough, but you made it.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Y'all, after hearing Jaeyoon, how can you not? How could I don't even understand why I am a Chani bias. Like, what is wrong with me? Like, I should have stayed with Jaeyoon in the first place because Jaeyoon was my first bias. Also, Youngbin, like, it's either Youngbin or Jane. I should have biased, like, since the freaking beginning. Like, I don't know why Chani has a grip on my soul. Like, I don't understand. Like, he has my soul and my heart and everything. Like, I don't understand. I'm looking over there because his poster is over there. What an asshole.
내겐 너만 lovely 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 해 나만의 lovely